Hello, everybody. It's very nice seeing here, all of you today. Let's just jump into it. So let's start with a mental exercise. Why don't we have a cure for dementia yet? I would like to compare the progress for dementia research with HIV research, which is also another epidemic. Why? Well, both of them are incurable, debilitating, and stigmatized diseases with up to 40 years of research. Right now, for HIV, we have disease-preventing and treatment-causing medications available. However, for dementia, everything's ongoing. Why? When we look at the HIV disease progress, there are two factors that played an important role in finding a disease-modifying drug. First of it was the advocacy that was laid out by queer and trans people that pressured scientific bodies to study HIV for the efficient translation of cutting-edge drug discovery. Second of all was, of course, this efficient translation itself, where the HIV research community was able to, in a very fast fashion, include new methodologies into basic and translational disease research. Now we realize that these methods are actually inside the outbound and inbound open innovation in science practices. How do we migrate this to neuroscience research? We today talked about a lot of different new methodologies. How do we make sure that the people who have the know-how in neuroscience research, people who have the know-how in neuroscience research are introduced to these methods? How do we make sure that patient advocacy groups know and are aware of the bench-side research that we are going through to create a multidisciplinary and translational project? As we know, at the case of HIV, this has created important discoveries. For this, I would like to present you my Open Innovation in Science project, Proximity Labeling in Neurological Disorders. How does this relate to my PhD? Well, Drago did a perfect introduction on this, but I work with synapses, and synapses are the parts of the neurons where business happen, and they are related to most of the neurological diseases, either as a cause or by other deficits in synaptic communication. There are two challenges that we face about neurons. First of them, they are incredibly long. Second, they are incredibly hectic and crowded. In order to understand how a synaptic makeup looks like, we need to first infer functional protein networks that has high temporal and spatial resolution and that represents neuronal diversity. For this, our laboratory has advanced a method called proximity labeling. This method allows to catch proteins in their interaction networks in a 4D manner with exceptional spatial and temporal accuracy. So far, we are able to detect an ALS-related synaptic protein's 50 interacting partners playing important roles in synaptic communication and maintenance. I would like to have this method as the focus of my Open Innovation in Science project. First of all, I would like to introduce our method to a board of experts in neurobiology research to get advice on how our methods could be of use and our data to the Berlin neuroscience community. Second, I would like to introduce our network to a crowd of gender-balanced patient advocates, early career researchers, and neurological disease PIs. During the workshop, I would like to challenge our attendees to ask them to come up with different usages and applications of our method. Then, I plan to finalize this workshop with a small pitch competition and will deploy an expert jury to evaluate these pitches. The resulting pitches will be provided with expert coaching, and then we will help them come up with project proposals and streamline the process of how to include this method, how to include a new method in the neuroscientific research. After all, in summary, I estimate that bringing these stakeholders will incredibly accelerate our productivity in neurological disease research and will serve as an example on how to move forward. I believe that we can create a fantastic event that is beneficial and for all the stakeholders of this process. Maybe it can't find a cure, but it's a good step, as it's been proven by decades of HIV research. Thank you very much. Yeah.